If messaging me as someone else to try to convince me that she was going to commit suicide to make me feel bad doesn't scream manipulation, I don't know what does. If you've been following the Clayton Echard Laura Owens paternity scandal case, you've probably seen Dave Neal's latest videos showing that Laura Owens was posing as a Howard University journalism student named Chase J. Jones to try to cancel Clayton Echard. Now, the method used to link Laura Owens to Chase J. Jones was the two-factor authentication information that was linked to the YouTube account for Chase J. Jones. So that got me thinking. I've gotten a couple of weird emails that are random or anonymous people trying to give me information about Laura Owens. Each time, the person that was emailing me was using a secure email service. The email services they used provided end-to-end and zero-access encryption, meaning I can't really trace where it came from. So if it was coming from inside the casita, how could I know? This time, the person contacting me made a mistake because they first contacted me through an account on YouTube. I'm going to talk about the context this email was sent to me in, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what it said. But I'm not going to show the whole thing tonight. I'm not going to be sharing this person's information. In fact, I don't think I'm even going to put it on the screen redacted right now. And that's because I am not the only person who heard from this individual. And I'm currently talking to the other person involved, just getting that last little bit of peace of mind that I would really want to have before putting a whole email out there. It's also because I'm going to be a little bit vague right now, and I'm not going to give super detailed information because I don't support anyone looking for or harassing this person. Not even person, because I believe I know who the person is, but this account. I don't want anyone going looking for this account and contacting the person at this account. I will be hiding this person's comments or anything else from my channel because I do not want people to go looking for them, and I do not support anyone contacting this person at all, especially not on my behalf. I will have already recorded the evidence, and that's something that I will show when I'm ready to show the emails. I was able to use Dave's method of finding out who Chase J. Jones was linked to find out who this person was linked to. If you don't know what the Chase J. Jones method was, I'm going to link to Dave's video down in the description, and you should go watch that. The main difference between Dave's situation and then the situation I have here is that the Chase J. Jones persona and YouTube channel were already out there. Chase J. Jones had written a Medium article. Chase J. Jones was a name that everybody already knew if you've been following this case closely. Dave, showing his process with Chase J. Jones, was not really opening up that person or that account to any new contact with the public. You know, we already kind of knew who this Chase J. Jones figure supposedly was and then who we thought it really was, and he was just showing us proof. If I were to share the information of this account, this person, then that might open up Laura Owens, who I believe to be behind it, to a whole new channel of harassment, and I just really don't want to do that. That being said, I'm going to tell you the story of what happened based on my opinion and my beliefs, given the evidence I have at hand. You can take that with a grain of salt, because I'm not presenting you with any evidence right now. So, just to be clear, it is my belief, personally, that Laura Owens is the person who was impersonating someone else and emailing me as a different person. I will say that myself and the other person who received emails from this false persona, neither one of us got a response after we insisted on proof of identity. Now, this all started the night of Laura Owens' latest blog post. The blog post is important because this is the context in which I got the initial contact. A couple of nights ago, Laura Owens released I guess you could call it a blog or a statement via her lawyer's website. So he posted Laura's lengthy, intense statement as a part of his blog post. Interestingly, a large theme of that blog post was how the negative attention from the public and YouTubers and the media were causing her so much stress. It was pushing her towards the edge, and simultaneously, her lawyer decides it's a good idea to put this out into the universe, this long, manipulative manifesto, which only served to open her up to more scrutiny. I would have thought it'd be a better idea to drive her to see a counselor, but sure. That works. It's no secret that I don't think Laura Owens is insane. I think that she exhibits antisocial behavior. I'm not saying she doesn't have, any sort of mental health problems, but I'm saying she has the capacity to understand what she's done to her victims, as she's trialed her methods and perfected them over time, and she never seems to have to face the consequences of her actions, so she keeps doing what she's doing. She lives in the same reality as the rest of us. While she is clearly troubled, she deserves to live with the consequences of her crimes. Now, if you want to know more about why I don't believe her to be insane, then you can go look at the other videos I've done on why a psych hospitalization won't stop her behavior, why I don't think she's insane, and why I think that she needs to serve jail time if we ever want to fix this. After she posted her long blog post on her lawyer's website the other day, I had done a live stream reading the blog post and giving my comments and talking back and forth to other people who were viewing about the contents of the post and kind of what I thought about it, and how I thought a lot of it was really manipulative. A lot of it didn't add up with things that were true to life either. This person is describing how they were so depressed they could barely do anything, couldn't eat, didn't see a purpose, but in reality, she's not been laying in bed wallowing. She was traveling and horse jumping and all that shit. If there was any good takeaway from that blog post, it's the discussion that we had towards the end. If you go back and watch that live, it was just a couple nights ago, and it skipped to towards the end, you'll see some of the comments that I read from viewers, and we were all talking about kind of our experience and stuff like that, and it was very, I don't know, I felt like it was very therapeutic in a way, and it was just really helpful to hear from other people and learn about other people and stuff like that after reading something that was really disturbing to me. Another interesting kind of contradiction to what she was saying is that the day after this happened, her lawyer posted a tweet from, allegedly from the Megyn Kelly show, basically saying they wanted to have her on the show. And I'm like, would you really, after you let your client post that suicidal manifesto on your blog, then open her up to more of the thing that's driving her to feel this way? Allegedly. So much doesn't add up, and I was pointing that out. And a lot of people are afraid to do that, because if you're wrong, you feel like the biggest asshole in the world. But if people are too afraid to call out potentially shitty behavior, then those people continue to get away with it. So I called out a lot of those things. And then I got this email later that night. The email was supposedly from someone who had been in Laura's life since before Victim Zero. They were more than lightly implying that Laura's mental health was something I should worry way more about, and that she might not be fully in control of her actions. This person was wanting me to do more to humanize Laura, not asking me to stop talking about the case, but just asking me to kind of paint her in a more relatable light, I guess. They were saying things that were complimentary and telling me about their experiences with Laura and her parents. The goal seemed to be to get me to be less critical of Laura's actions and try to get more people to feel for her. And the way he talked about, really believing that she would kill herself if we didn't do things a certain way or didn't stop talking about it. It was just it really hit me hard. But then the next day or so, after I got over the feeling that I had somehow done something wrong, I started to really put together kind of the suspicious pieces of this. So I reached out to someone that he mentioned being in contact with before and compared notes. And while we were both emailed by the same fake persona, this person took a wildly different approach with both of us. I'm sure I'll explain more of that later on, when I'm ready to put everything out there, but it was abundantly clear that they were saying what they thought each of us wanted to hear in order to twist things to get us to do what they wanted. And when I saw Dave's video exposing the Chase J. Jones identity, I went ahead and I used that same method myself. And that person who emailed me is linked to Laura Owens' phone number. Based on the evidence I got from that method, I believe Laura Owens emailed me pretending to be her ex-boyfriend to try to get me to stop explaining to people why she should face the consequences of her actions. If messaging me as someone else to try to convince me that she was going to commit suicide to make me feel bad doesn't scream manipulation, I don't know what does. Based on the things that were said and the language that was used, I also believe she wanted me to post that email. without proof that it was her. Because I've gotten multiple emails from secure servers that were from anonymous or random people who were trying to bait me with information about Laura Owens, hoping that I would post it. But I haven't done it. I wouldn't post those things. And I don't fucking care what she had for lunch today. I would love to say I just haven't shared those things because I'm a good person, but to be honest, I also haven't shared those things because I think it's exactly what she wants. Because if I did take the bait and I did share those things, then she could point to me and say, see, the cult is making shit up about me. She could send some completely true information, have someone report about it, and then say, see, they're stalking me. They're trying to report everything I do. They're obsessed with me. Sit the fuck down, Mariah Carey. No one gives a shit. After all that being said, and after all I believe she has done, now to me personally, I don't hate this person. I don't want her harassed. It is more important to me to make sure she's not harassed than it is to show whatever proof I have right now. And with that, I'm gonna call it a night.